Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. And make that go away. There we go. Hi.
Hey, we're back.
Show number 388 for Thursday, the 24th of July. And it feels like the 24th of July in hell.
Oh, buddy, it's hot.
It's a little warm out there. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. At least I did check on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. I'm assuming we're live on YouTube and Twitch as well. Coming at you live from the Dominator Race Products studio. Tonight on the show, we will be speaking with Limaland Thunderstock point leader, Mr. Todd Sherman, joining us once again. And
race car chassis builder.
Chassis builder. Yeah, he's got a lot going on. He's they got the championship night tomorrow night at Limaland.
Really? That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I was worried you were going to say something about the weather. But we'll have to find out about that in the weekend weather pit stop.
That's a much later in the show deal.
All right. Sounds good. Also on the show tonight, we're going to be giving away some Oakshade Raceway passes for how many, along with a DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. And we're going to be doing the drawing for the very first Hammer Down Racing Report Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race.
Right.
For the late models. They're coming up this weekend, weather permitting.
I understand we've got quite a few entries for the late models, too.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah, I know.
We got three of them. That's all we need is two. So we'll have we'll be drawing to see of those three who will be competing. The first one we draw will get lane choice, inside or outside. Second one will get whatever's left, but they'll still get to compete. And then whoever's left will be the alternate, just in case something happens to the first two competitors. And again,
what if somebody wolfs down the hot dog too quick and they barf? Do we put the alternate in?
No, that's part of it.
Okay.
You got to put that helmet. I think that's happened before when Chris Mize has done it.
It has.
In the helmet.
Yeah.
Make for not a fun rest of your night, but you are getting $150 cash, $50 courtesy of the Hammer Down Racing Report, $100 courtesy of Black March Defense Labs. And then, of course, Big D's Barbecue and Charlie K's Barbecue are going to be pitching in that championship belt. That will go to whoever has the quickest time overall between the four races. We got one for each class, the late model sports.
If they're sponsoring it, we should at least tell the people where those businesses are. Where are they?
I believe...
you don't have a clue, do you?
Charlie K's, I believe, is in Tiffin.
Okay.
I believe. And Big D's Barbecue, they're a traveling thing.
Okay. Food truck?
Like catering kind of thing.
Okay.
That's Dean stuff. Dean can answer. He can put it in the comments there. Well, and thanks to that. That was actually Dean's idea with the belt, because he helped out Chris Mize with the belt when they did it at Sandusky Speedway.
Cool.
So, also, if you want to win a Speedy Sponsor sticker, we have the Speedy Sponsor Driver of the Week. A second time. First repeat Driver of the Week. It's Aiden Hines, who is another feature winner. You can find out more about Aiden Hines by going to speedysponsors.com and click on drivers. You can find Aiden Hines there. Click on him, find the sponsors information. But I think he's got a pretty good bio in there.
And at what track was he a feature winner?
Limaland.
Ooh.
So a lot of Limaland stuff coming up. So type in hashtag Hines. Hashtag Hines. There it is.
HINDS.
There you go. And producer Dave's going to keep track of all the entries. We'll spin the wheel to determine the winner of the Speedy Sponsors sticker. And we are going to loosely enforce a 30-day prize window. We've had some complaints from some of the folks that don't win about some people winning too much.
Okay.
I just tell them you got to try harder. Really is what. But so I understand we want to spread the wealth. So if you want, you don't need 100 Speedy Sponsor stickers, but you can still enter. But use your best judgment. We're not going to strictly enforce it, but we're going to try to.
Some people just like to win, and maybe they could call us and say,
"You know what we called those in radio? Prize hogs."
Oh yeah.
That's why they developed the 30-day policy in radio. Sometimes it's 90 days.
Ooh.
depending on the station. So. Anyway, this, again, sponsors for our Oakshade Raceway Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Races. Again, the Hammer Down Racing Report and Black March Defense Lab sponsoring the first one coming up this weekend at Oakshade for the late models. 2 weeks, or I shouldn't say 2 weeks, the weekend after, August 2nd, is going to be for the DCR Graphics Sportsman class. We need some competitors to sign up for that. We haven't had many competitors there. There's $200 worth of prizes for the sportsmen, a $100 gift certificate for Ron Miller Race Cars, and Black March Defense Labs had put in $100 cash for that. So if you are a sportsman driver and you're interested in competing in that, or if you're friends with one, let them know to go to the hammerdownracingreport.com and fill out the form right there on the homepage, and then they'll be in the drawing to determine our competitors for that event on next week's show.
I know we've got some sportsman racers that are regular listeners on the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Yeah, I believe we had Jesse Jones express some interest. So,
yeah.
Or you can send us a message, give us a call, whatever. Just somehow let myself or Ron know so we can
don't
put you in.
Don't make me start calling.
And he will. He will do that. Or Chrissy. Chrissy might do it too.
Ooh, yeah.
And sponsors for the Superstock event, that's coming up on August 16th. That is Speedy Sponsors, Speedy Sponsors are sponsoring the last two there for the Superstocks on August 16th and the Compacts on August 30th. And at the August 30th one, that's when we'll present the belt, courtesy of Big D's Barbecue and Charlie K's Barbecue, to whoever has the fastest overall time. Just because you have a fast car, a late model, I mean, it could still be a compact driver. You're only doing one lap, and you're starting from a dead stop. So, and late models aren't used to shifting through the gears. And you got to eat a hot dog, and that's probably going to be the biggest time factor there.
Yep.
But Speedy Sponsors are working on a prize pack. He gave me, let's see here, the initial things he's got for the winner of the Superstock and Compact events are a pizza gift card. Ooh. Not sure where for how much yet. Freeze frame photo as the winner, and a Oakshade Raceway item to be determined.
Okay. And that's for the Superstock
and the Compacts. SpeedySponsors.com sponsoring both of those. And we're still accepting sponsors. If you want to pitch in more for this weekend's event or any of the other three, get a hold of myself or Ron. We'll add more to the pot and get your name out there as well. So I think that's all.
And get mentioned on the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Yeah. If you're planning your dream wedding or special event, you could also be a sponsor of the show and you get mentioned, just like Magic Moment here. You can make it unforgettable with Magic Moment Entertainment. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you book. You'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. With over 30 years of experience, Ron Burt will make sure your event is just perfect. Magic Moment handles everything from contracts to full liability insurance, giving you peace of mind, plus no hidden fees, no charges for mileage or dance floor lighting ever. So basically, if you're in Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, or Ohio, you're good. You're not going to pay any extra for mileage. Magic Moment specializes in wedding receptions, but also excels in corporate events and mitzvahs. They take pride in working closely with couples and clients to create magical moments tailored just for you. Call 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. And, of course, Ron Miller Race Cars, your one-stop racing headquarters located in Lambertville, Michigan. Ron Miller Race Cars has everything you need to keep your racing dreams on track. From custom race cars to parts, safety equipment, service, American Racer tires, which they're not raising their price on those, right? Just Hoosiers raising their prices.
No, they made a special announcement that they are not having a mid-season price increase.
So there you go. Give Ron a call later after the show at 734-856-7223 and let Ron help you gear up for victory. Ron Miller Race Cars, fueling racers one lap at a time. Also, I have to mention Oakshade Raceway, Dominator Race Products, Dipman Motorsports, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos as sponsors of the program. Make sure.
Didn't you mention that Ron Burt from Magic Moments said that sponsoring?
He's gotten a lot of business.
He's gotten a lot of business from sponsoring our show.
Which is, he's not a race. I mean, he does a lot of racing related stuff with his Ohio Sports Blitz, but his business, the DJ business, not really a racing directly racing related business like some of the other things like Romular Race Cars or
Right.
Oakshade, but still, we got a pretty
glowing report
audience.
from-
Well, I mean, we have a very devoted audience. The race fans are very supportive of
Absolutely.
People that support racing, which is the whole idea behind the SpeedySponsors.com
Right.
as well. So you can support sponsors that support racing.
Kind of neat how you tied that all together, Scott.
I did that just like that. It was crazy. Let's check out our racing roundup before we get to Mr. Todd Sherman. Some of the racing action we had from this past weekend.
Racing Roundup.
I should say this past weekend and beyond. Going back to last Thursday, we had some action at Eldora Speedway. A lot of sprint car drivers
Ooh, Scott, that
getting
was
hurt.
That was
Especially high limit drivers.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Very high profile racers. Guys that have the best safety equipment. Frightening week.
Yeah, definitely. Eldora Speedway on Thursday, Kyle Larson picked up the win in the Kubota High Limits Racing Sprint Car event that was also televised on FS1.
Right.
And he made sure to point that out as Flow Sports is a sponsor of his sprint car there. Friday night, Rico Abreu picking up the win at Eldora. That was a World of Outlaws event. And then the King's Royal being crowned king on Saturday night was Anthony Macri picking up the win, which that ties into our how many from last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that and who wins.
Kind of a touching post-race interview, too, with Macri.
Was it? I don't know if I stuck around for that.
It was.
Okay. You want to elaborate at all?
No, it was just, it was very personalized, and I liked it.
Okay. Limaland Motorsports Park on Friday. Max Stamball picking up the win in the Great Lakes Super Sprint 360 sprints. Aiden Hines, we mentioned earlier, your SpeedySponsor.com driver of the week. He picked up the win in the UMP Modifieds. Again, hashtag Hines. You see it on your screen. Type that in once. You'll be in the drawing for a Speedy Sponsor sticker. And Todd Sherman, our guest on the show, we'll be speaking to here shortly, picking up the win in the Thunderstocks. I believe his sixth win of the season. So definitely getting it done in the Thunderstocks this year. Butler Speedway, canceled. Oakshade, canceled. Flat Rock, postponed. The Stan Yee.
Till this week.
Correct. Postponed to July 29th. That's not right. That's not this weekend. Postponed to this weekend. That should be the 26th, I believe. Yeah, that'd be Saturday. So, but most of the Saturday tracks getting rained out this past weekend, including Lorraine Raceway Park, Montpelier. They pulled the plug at the last minute. They tried to give it a go. Wayne County, though, they got most of their event in on Saturday. Doug Drown winning in the late models. Brad Hensel, your street stock winner. The UMP Modified, Mini Sprints, and Mod Lights features were canceled due to rain. So they got at least two features in there at Wayne County on Saturday. Sandusky Speedway last night, part of the High Miler weekend getting going with the must-see sprints. Aaron Willison, your winner last night at Sandusky Speedway. Brandon Lemmerman was your must-see Midwest Light winner, and Dylan Napier picking up the win in the Pro Compacts.
I heard that Jimmy McCune had magneto issues, never got qualified.
I saw he was going, but I didn't see how he did. That's
wound up third.
Oh, really?
From the tail, yeah.
Well, good for him. Made the best out of a bad situation, I guess. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the 15th annual Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's last Thursday. Devin Moran picking up the win. Friday night it was Jonathan Davenport, and Saturday Hudson O'Neill, your winner. High Limit Sprint Car action this past week, the 34th Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup, won by Carson Macedo. World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car action last night. Anthony Macri once again picking up the win, though, at Baps Motor Speedway. Also last night, Flow Racing Night in America, Fairbury Speedway. Bobby Pierce picking up victory in a star-studded field of late models there. I didn't make it up for the feature. I watched the heat races, and I was I gotta go to work in the morning. NTT IndyCar Series action, Ontario Honda Dealers, Indy Toronto. on the streets of Toronto was won by Pato O'Ward. The Arca Menard Series, Friday, General Tire 150 at Dover. Brendan Queen picking up another win. And NASCAR action over the weekend, racing also at Dover. The Xfinity Series, Bit Rivers 200, Connor Zilich picking up another win. And then the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400, won by Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
And Hammer Down Army was inactive this weekend,
Really?
pretty much. Yeah, no Hammer Down Army results. If you do want to be part of the Hammer Down Army, you can get one of these Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers, courtesy of DCR Graphics. You can win them on the show, or $5 will get you one of those. Just give Dale at DCR Graphics a call. Hit him up at his website, dcrgraphics.com, and he'll mail one out to you for just $5. So there you go. And that is your racing roundup. Oh, we have a severe thunderstorm watch.
Oh, good.
It just popped up. Wonder why my phone lit up. DCR Graphics, speaking of which, is your source for high-quality wraps, stickers, die-cast banners, and more. If you're looking to upgrade your race team's look, DCR Graphics has you covered with full wraps starting at just $425. If you want to showcase your car in miniature form, I think I had a stroke there. Get a box of 8 custom die-casts for only $135, available for late models, sprints, modifieds, and street stocks. And now DCR has even more ways to show off your style. Check out their brand new lineup of crew shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, flags, and more. Hit up DCRgraphics.com or call 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. And again, you can also order one of those Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers.
Yeah.
Car stickers. These are technically not. It could be it's an anywhere sticker.
Have you had a chance to check out the hood of his race car yet?
No, I have not. Have you seen it?
I didn't.
No. I know he's been working on motor issues.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Those gremlins are expensive.
I've had to hear about it. Dippin' Motorsports could probably help him out, though. They're your one-stop race shop in Northwest Ohio, offering on-site parts services at Fremont Speedway and Oakshade Raceway. Dippin' Motorsports provides Hoosier Racing tires, high-performance parts, and full-service support to keep you on track and in the lead, featuring those late-model right rear number 2 tires, along with super stock modified and sportsman tires. Whether you need expert service or top-tier gear, Dippin's got you covered. Call 419-283-8580. Stop by the shop or check them out online at dippinmotorsports.com. And let's see, it looks like we have Todd waiting in the wings. He said his wife is going to be helping him out there to get connected. Looks like they got that. So shall we bring him on?
Sure, why not?
All right. Todd, how's it going?
Doing great.
Hey, I see your crew chief got you all wired in.
She did. She put the back bedroom because the grandkids are here and they're making a lot of noise out in the living room.
That's okay. We don't mind that. Sounds like you've been racing for a lot of years, and you're having a good season in the Thunderstock this year at Limaland. I shouldn't say good, a great season. 24-point lead over the defending Thunderstock track champion Tony Anderson, heading into tomorrow's championship night. What do you have to do to wrap up that championship at Limaland?
Basically, I just think I need to stay out of trouble. I think that's 12 positions, so just finish the race and have a decent finish. I should be all right.
Now, do you actually think, are these things going through your mind on race night, or are you just focused on the win?
Yeah, whenever there's a championship involved, you got to think that way. You just got to make sure you stay clean, stay out of trouble, and hopefully not get a DNF. But Tony's a tough guy in a points championship. I don't think he's been out of the top 3. I don't have the exact stats right now, but even though we've won 6 times, when I won, he got second or he got third. So it ain't like you get way far away from him.
Wonder how many races you guys have been together in. I'm sure it's hundreds.
Oh, yeah. Even there was a couple of weeks ago in the mod and the stock car, like we couldn't get away from each other. We were
right.
2, 3 wide and racing door to door. And it's like, man, afterwards we're like, we couldn't get away from each other, so. No, Tony's the guys that you can race with, and he'll give you enough room to race your car and just enough. And he's a competitor and a good guy.
I was gonna say, are you guys friends off the track?
Oh yeah. Tony's a good guy. He actually has my old Thunderstock that I built. I don't know. I built it a few years ago. I just took it off and moved the motor forward, and we ran it for a season. And he ended up buying it. And then, meanwhile, we were building a new one, and we got it done. And I think we got a really good piece. It's really easy to drive. It's fun to drive, and we're trying to build those cars and sell them if we can. So.
Now, you've kind of made your name in modified racing, getting it done in the Thunderstocks. You build some chassis or work on stock cars as well. Have you won any street stock Thunderstock championships before in your many championships?
Yeah. Man, that's been a long time ago, but yeah, we ran street stocks back in like 1987, and I'd have to even think about that. I don't know if I won a championship. I probably have 30 track championships, and I probably have just as many second places. If I didn't win, I was in contention most times.
You wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I understand that you had a fair amount of input in the feature winner at Oakshade just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Chad's been a friend of ours for a long time, and him and Billy Sturgill come to us over the winter. They wanted to update their car, so we cut the back half of it off and then put it's kind of door legal suspension that if they wanted to go there, they could. So, but it's one of our 3-link deals.
I have mixed feelings about that myself, seeing as how I have to compete directly against it, but it definitely is fast. I can vouch for that.
And Chad's a good racer.
Some pretty decent finishes, and he's a asphalt racer, and that's where I started at. And he's kind of migrated to the dirt, and I think he really likes it. It's a challenge, you know what I mean? It's we had Tyler Rohrig drive for us, and he ran our asphalt car, and then I asked him if he'd want to run our dirt car, and he actually won a race at Gas City, and it's like his second attempt, and it's just. He said it's so much more of a challenge driver-wise when when you're running a dirt car, just because there's so many variables. You
drive it with your foot as much as you do the steering wheel.
Yeah, and the night he won, it was kind of slick and technical, and I think that's where he's really good. It wasn't like you had to muscle up above the cushion, and the way Bobby Pierce and some of them guys can really wheel a car on that cushion. It was more in his wheelhouse where it was a little bit like asphalt.
Sure.
I prefer tracks like that where it's not a motor track. I don't have the motor for that. So.
I'm kind of the same way too. And for some reason that street stock that I drive, it likes momentum and it likes the gas pedal. And sometimes it's uncomfortable for me because it's a heavy car. And I don't know, it's just uncomfortable to not lift, but it seems to like it. So
are you having more fun in the Thunderstock this year than you are in the modified?
I'd say yeah, just because we've had some really, really bad luck at Lima, and my son was in contention there to win the points. And Saturday night he had 2 cars spin out in front of him, and they collected him, and he got sent off the track because he was involved in 2 yellows. I mean, I wish they could do something about that rule. The guy that spins should go to the tail, and he should get his spot back. But I understand, it's the same for everybody. So
at least consistency is important on that. Unfortunately.
That way it's not a judgment call. And like you, I hate the rule, but I understand its reason.
Yeah, and it happened to me earlier in the year, but it doesn't hurt early in the year as bad as when you get down to the end and you feel like you got a chance to win, and then something like that happens to you. So,
no, I know. I was going to say, I know Limaland is your home track, and you're probably used to it with championship night coming up, which seems so early in the season for other tracks. Does that work out in your favor, do you think, or would you prefer to have a few more weeks? I guess it kind of depends on where you're at in the points too at this point.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of it, and some like if it rains out tomorrow, then Shane O'Connor wins the mods and I win the stock. So that would take some pressure off. But
So are you doing a rain dance tonight?
I'd rather race, to be honest with
Okay.
you. But, because we run for the regional and national points too for UMP. So losing those races on Friday nights because there's no place else to go. I mean, Gas City's not open anymore. And Montpelier does have a couple double headers coming up that you can run Friday and Saturday. But pretty much after that, we're just down to one night a week.
So tell us a little bit about this Thunderstock. How long have you been running that, and what besides the driver makes it so fast?
Well, a friend of mine owns it, Mark Matson, and the first one we built. We just wanted to have some fun. We told modified. We only had $1,500 in. We modified it over a couple of years, and we finally got it done and got it out. And I won a couple times and kind of had a little fun with it. And then Tony, we loaned it to Tony actually because he was having some problems. So like the last 2 races of the year, I don't know if he's having motor problems or what. And we just said, we'll just take that one and run it. We're not racing for points or anything. And then he ended up buying it after he drove it. But we purpose built this one. It's basically one of our modifies with a 9-inch forward rear end and the motor move forward. It's got stock lowers on it and pintle spindles, but basically the spindles and rotors and that stuff would interchange off of a modified. So it's I called it an alligator with its tail cut off in a dog fight, but it's basically a modified. It's just got the motor move forward.
Now, you mentioned that you had some setbacks in the modified this year, and your son too. But you guys are 5th and 4th in points going into that final weekend. You got at least one win in the modified this year, which is one more than the point leader Shane O'Connor. He just must be very consistent this year.
Well, yeah, it's that's what it's all about. My dad always used to say, you can win the most wars and still lose the battle. So I could still lose the points even winning 6 races. Tony, if I have anything go wrong and Tony runs in the top, 2 or 3, then he can win the points. So that's one of the reasons I don't like NASCAR, because they do the whole chase thing and then all the whole season's wiped away and they start over. I like for it to be over the whole year where it's, just a matter of consistency.
I think we can agree on that one.
Cumulative points, yeah.
Yep.
So are you doing anything different in preparation for tomorrow? You checking every nut and bolt twice before tomorrow's race?
We went, I didn't think the motor was running very good last week. And it's one thing to get out in the open and run, but to pass somebody and set them up, if your motor ain't running good, it's hard to pass. And so we went, me and Rick Zock, which was Terry Hall's crew chief for years. And we went over to my house last night and he worked on the engine and checked the plugs and the distributor cap, found a cap that had a crack in it, and a few other things, ran the lifters, and I bolt checked everything from front to back just so that when we go there, I know that I done my part. If something happens, it wasn't because I didn't go over it 100%.
One of our listeners wants to know what size motor you run in the Thunderstocks. Basically, what's the motor rule?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think they even have a rule other than it has to have steel heads on it and an electronic distributor. You can't run an MSD box. He bought this motor. He found it on the internet or something. And he gave $5,500 for it, and he says it's a 421. I'm not sure what it is, but it sounds good and it runs decent, and he doesn't have a ton of money in it. So, it's I wanted him to buy a brand new one. I mean, we got one priced out and they wanted $25,000 for a steel-headed, full-blown, all-out, and there's guys at Elder probably running them engines. You buy a Dargy or, one of them engines, steel-headed, you can wrap up a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
We have $5,500 in it.
Go ahead. You guys are on a 4-barrel carburetor now too, right?
I think they're on 2, aren't you?
No, they went to 4 this year.
Huh.
Yep. They opened it up. I'd really like him run alcohol for a couple reasons. One is the price of the fuel, And the other is that they have an overheating problem with a lot of the cars, and it would be better for the racers. And, you know, the safety aspect of it, all the cars have methanol in them. Half the modifieds have methanol in them. So it ain't like there's, you know, not a chance they could have a methanol fire there because all the other classes are on them.
So you're on a gasoline rule with the Thunderstocks?
Correct. You got to run a gas, and I think we have to run. I think we run 112 on that one.
Do you, at Limaland, do you really need a big motor to get around that quarter mile?
When it's got moisture in it, I'd say yeah. But we ran a 650 gear last year, and we ended up blowing that motor up. But we went to a 600 gear this year, and it bogs a little bit, but it seems to be fast. I mean, my lap times are faster, but you can't let them get you pinched down low and get out of the corner very well. You got to just keep your momentum up and not let it get the RPMs way down. I know Tony runs like a 650 or a 668, and he's kind of the master running the bottom. I mean, if it's around the bottom, you're not going to beat him.
Do you still go by the nickname Shermanator?
Yeah, most everybody calls me that.
Okay. Well, Sherman, how many feature? You probably don't even know this, but last I could find was from like 6 years ago. You had 221 total feature wins. So, like I said, that's 6 years outdated. Any idea what about what number you're up to now?
I think that's documented by UMP, I think. But I won quite a few IMCA races and street stocks, and it's probably in the middle 300s would be my guess. We never good track of it, but we won a bunch back in the Butler days when it wasn't UMP. You won a bunch of races there, and we won it at Villa, South Bend, Plymouth.
Villa. Brian?
I was going to say Brian.
Brian, yeah. I sat down one night and was just making a whole list up of all the tracks that I ever ran, and I was like at 107 different tracks. And because I seen a guy post, has anybody ever run over 100 different tracks? And I thought, well, that'd be interesting to.
There's at least two of us that have.
Yeah.
How out of all those tracks, even ones that aren't in existence anymore, such as Brian, which one has been your very favorite?
Man, it's hard to say, but my friend Steve Crispin says, he goes, I love all race tracks, but Lima's been very, very good to me. I mean, as far as I don't like the short season, but the point fund is really good, and the track in the past has been really wide, really racy. It just seems like for the last couple of years it's been kind of narrow. It's like it only gets halfway up, and they never get it cleaned off on the top, and it makes it, it's tight quarters, and it's harder to pass now than it used to be. But it's still probably my favorite track.
Probably why you've been racing there for quite a while, right. Then. You got your birthday coming up, next weekend? Yep,
August 3rd. I'll be 61. My son wants to buy the business from me, so I told him when I turned 62, and I'm probably going to. I mean, my health ain't bad, but I've had diabetes for a long time, and I'm going to have to start getting some injections in my eyes starting next week because I got some bleeds in the blood vessels, and just trying to keep it from getting into my pupils where it'll cause me to go blind. My vision's slightly blurry. I got 20/20 vision in one eye and 20/70 in the other one, and so I'm going to start getting some injections in my eyes to try to prevent, further damage.
Man, I was going to ask, what were you doing to celebrate?
Oh, yeah.
Took a turn there, but any plans to celebrate though?
Not really. It's just another year.
Okay. Well, maybe if you win the championship.
That would be nice. My sister, on the King of the Quarter night, she makes cupcakes and brings them out to the track, and we pass them out to the kids and the competitors. And we're gonna promote the Terry Hall Memorial Race at Montpelier, and I told my wife I'd love to just get all my trophies out of the basement and put them in a big enclosed trailer and haul them down there to the track and just pass them all out to the kids. Because when I pass away, nobody's going to want them. There's not going to be a museum. It's just give them away and let the kids enjoy them.
Now, I didn't realize this, but I was reading that your mom is the one who actually introduced you to racing, and she used to race back a long time ago when there weren't very many women in racing, right?
Yeah, the story I hear is that they didn't allow women into pits. And since my mom raced, they had to allow her into pits because she was a driver. And then it kind of changed after that. But anyways, yeah, her first car was 7K. She just ran in a powder puff, but it was because she had 7 kids. So her number was 7K. And then later on it became 65. But she ran hobby stocks and she ran Warsaw, Villa, the tracks that were close to home.
Now, did she have?
She ran Brian.
Brian.
Pavement.
Okay. Did
When
she have as much success?
When it was pavement.
When it was
Scott.
pavement. So that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Did she have as much success as you've had in your racing career?
No, she didn't. She didn't race near as much, and they done the best they could with what they had, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was just back in those days. There's some guys that were real dominant and they had some resources, and nowadays it seems like everybody has resources. It ain't like you can out money somebody, or it's like everybody has good equipment, good motors, good cars. I think the race is a little different today than it used to be, but she done well. She stayed out of trouble, and I think she did it more because she loved racing. It wasn't, she didn't have to win. It was just she was competitive and stayed out of trouble and got some good finishes. And
He's back, Scott.
He's back with there. Now you should be able to hear us. Sorry about that.
that's all right.
I've been talking to the tech support people about why they it keeps popping us off like that. We're gonna have to switch services here. Anyway, sorry about the interruption there.
That's all right.
No, I forgot what the last thing was that you said there.
We was talking about my mom and when she raced, and she got third in a championship race at Warsaw one night, and she was pretty happy with that. She got a big trophy, and she just loved racing. She loved racing people,
And that's how you got started, right?
that's how I got started. Her dad raced; he was 65, and then all of her sisters at one point raced something, and her Tom Beasley obviously was her brother, so he
Really, I did not know that. I remember Tom.
Yeah, he
Beasley.
won a lot of races at Bryan and Avila, and yep.
That's awesome.
How did you get started, Todd?
It's a funny story, but I got out of high school and I'd always worked. I started working when I was 12 and I had some money, and I got out of high school and I told my dad I was depressed. He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I get up and go to work every day and I come home and it's the same routine every day." And he said, "You need a race car."
Oh,
I
boy.
said, "You need your head examined." He goes, "No, I'm good." He goes, "You need a race car." And I said, "Well," he goes, "You got any money?" I said, "Yeah, I got some." "All right, I'll bring one home." I mean, he hooked onto the trailer that day. He came back. I gave him $1,500. He bought a street stock. And from that day, all week long, I couldn't wait till the weekends, and all winter long, I couldn't wait till summer. And it actually it took that depression away. I had something to focus on, to save my money, and it's just escalated from there.
When did you start building race cars?
In 1994, my dad went to Florida and our welding shop was slow, and I built a car while my dad was in Florida. And that was the first car that I ever built. That was 94. And then 2000, I built my first ever car in my, in the new business, Sherman Enterprises.
And how are things going in Sherman Enterprises today?
It's really weird, but it's hard to sell cars to local people. I think some of it is they think you're going to lie to them or you're not sharing everything or whatever, but we're building lots of cars in North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. We sold a car to a guy down there named Booger Brooks and two or three
Booger
years
Brooks.
ago.
I was telling you about him.
He won
No, I was watching something on Flow or something, and it was, I think, a Georgia track, and they had their local announcer come on, and he's got that long Southern drawl, and just the way he said it was Booger Brooks, and I was like, that's awesome.
Yep, and he bought a car and he ran 11 times and won 11 races, and our business kind of blew up from there. It's like everybody from that area was like, man, well, he's just winning because he's a good driver, and he sold it to another guy, and the guy, his first race, he won the Talladega Ice Bowl with it. All right, this guy can win too, so they started buying cars.
So I'm sure some of the success of Chad Porman doesn't hurt business. Do you focus on modifieds and street stocks? Do you do any late model chassis or anything else?
Well, we work on any kind of race car. I did have an asphalt mod that I campaigned, and we sold, I don't know, one year we sold 7 asphalt cars, and I built Aaron Timmerman and Jack Landis a car earlier this year, asphalt car. So we'll work on any kind of car. We put bodies on dirt models. We had a new Longhorn car in our shop today. We put some rear decking and some body on it. So we got another car a brand new one we're putting together, headed to Cincinnati, Ohio. We got a guy down there named Eric Shepard Jr., and he's dominated that area pretty good, and they bought 3 cars from us, and that helped us sell some cars in that area. The Florence, Moeller.
Okay.
Last week it was Florence. 3 of our cars went 1, 2, 3 at Florence.
That'll drum up business. Yeah. How can people get a hold of you?
Sherman Enterprises. We have a website called racefast.com where we sell fasteners and rivets and things for race cars. But teamse.com on the internet, or just call the shopper. Shop number is 260-636-6225. Any
other sponsors you want to give a shout out to that help you out either on the Thunderstock or the modified?
Well, the Thunderstock, Integrity Transport, and SCS Environmental, and who Terry Hall worked for, and Mark was his boss. He's helping sponsor the Terry Hall Memorial on August the 16th at Montpelier. So that's going to be a good race. Vision Homes and Vision Woodworks, Wayne and Holly Gibson, they own Tristan Chamberlain's World of Outlaw car, and they sponsor. They own the motor in my car that I run at Lima, and they help me out as much as they can. So they've been a good sponsor. All Star Performance, Pro Strip and Fine. They do my powder coating, jet coating. They do a great job. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about campaigning, trying to get sponsors. It's tough when I'm trying to run my car, my son's car. Our business does all right, but it's pretty expensive to race nowadays. And we've thought about campaigning and trying to get some kind of a sponsor that would help us out financially, but it's tough.
There's competition for sponsors these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Now, you mentioned the Terry Hall Memorial coming up at Montpelier. Anything else planned once things wrap up at Limaland for the rest of your season?
Well, we'll just do Montpelier, and when Montpelier don't run, we do Butler. And I'm trying to thinking next year I'd love to be at the PDC right now. Somebody says, if you're in the top 10 in national points, then you automatically get an invite. Well, I said, I'm in 6th right now. And so well, you could have got an invite, but when you're racing for points at Lima, it makes it kind of tough. You can't just, if you leave, you're not going to win the points. So I'd have to sacrifice trying to win a championship at Lima to be able to go run the PDC.
So next year, maybe not running for championships at Limaland?
I'm kind of leaning that way. I don't, it's tough because Lima's close and it pays good, but I'm getting old enough that I got enough championships. It's not about that. It's about the money that goes with it and offsetting the cost of what it costs to race. That's the main reason I try to win the Lima championship. But yeah, I'd love to be able to go run. We've even talked about building a factory 4-link street stock. They paid $100,000 to win, and Ricky Thornton won it. And it's like be able to just go and run some of them big money races and not be tied down to a weekly deal.
Are you going to the Gateway Dirt Nationals this year?
That's still an invite deal, and we didn't push for that last year, and so we didn't go. So I don't know how they choose who goes and who don't go. So I would probably consider going if I got an invite, but it's kind of have to wait and see.
Gotcha. Well, Todd, we appreciate the time tonight, and as Ron and I often say, that our guests usually go on to win their next race. So hopefully this helps you out tomorrow at Limaland. Maybe you get two. Maybe you get two. One in the modified as well.
Yeah, which feature goes first tomorrow?
There you go. Yeah, which one do they run for? They usually run
I'm
the
not
modifieds.
Sure they mix it all around all the time, but they don't have no sprint cars or no support class. So it's just the mods, stocks, and
Dirt Track Truck Series, I think.
I'm assuming they'll run the mods first. I don't know. They may split it up because me and Tony run two classes, and they seem to separate them so we can our cars and not hold the show up.
Well, campaign for the Thunderstocks to be first if you can. I know they won't listen, but
Tell them Ron and Scott said so.
There you go. Ron and Scott said so.
I think Tony runs all three classes, so he's going to hold the show up anyways.
Yeah. Oh, he runs everything.
I asked him, I said, I don't know how you do that. I said, I'm old enough that it's kind of taxing to run two classes, and then here you are running three. And he said physically it doesn't really bother him, but he just told me last week that they diagnosed with diabetes too, so he's going to have to deal with the same stuff I got.
Was it him that rolled over at Montpelier early May in his stock?
No, the teammate car flipped at Montpelier.
Okay. That's what it was. I was in that race. I saw it flip, and I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, that was. We actually cut the whole top of that cage off and welded a whole new cage on it because it kind of crushed it down and laid it over. So we cut the whole top off of it and put a new top on it.
Well, hopefully I don't need any service like that anytime soon or any other drivers. So, again, Todd Sherman, good luck, Shermanator. Get it done tomorrow. Get that championship. Good luck and the rest of the season as well.
Thank you. It was good talking to you.
Absolutely, man. Take care.
Good luck, Todd.
Thank you.
Bye. There you go. Todd Sherman, your point leader in the Thunderstocks at Limaland, fifth in points, just behind his son, Brendan, there in the Modifieds, who's fourth. Tons of championships, tons of feature wins. I mean, he knows how to get things done. So if you didn't build the chassis for your truck, who would you have build your truck chassis?
I don't know.
Okay. That was a trick question because I don't know the answer to that. I only know one other person that builds them. I'm sure there's more, but I only know you and one other person.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Freeze Frame Photos is your go-to for all your racing photo needs, whether it's heart-pounding action shots or those unforgettable victory lane moments. Freeze Frame Photos has you covered. But that's not all. They offer a fantastic range of custom gifts to commemorate your favorite races, including print magnets, canned koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, custom slate photos, wind spinners, buttons, and that's just to name a few. If you want to add personal touch, that's not a problem. Freeze Frame Photos can customize any photo or gift item with your own text and graphics, making each piece uniquely yours. Call Charlie today at 419-407-6994 and let Freeze Frame Photos turn your favorite memories into timeless treasures. Check out their new website, too, freezeframephotos.redframe.com. They upload all the racing photos on there. I don't think you can buy them yet, but you can at least go there and can say, hey, I want this one, and this one. It's got numbers on it, and you can get those, have them for you at the track or next time you see them. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. Also, a lot of those gift items good for thank yous for your sponsors for this season. You know, we're starting to wind things down, especially
handouts
at
to your
Limaland.
fans.
Exactly. Coming up, don't forget, we're going to be doing How Many? Chance to win a pair of Oakshade Raceway passes and Hammer Down Race Report sticker. We're also going to be spinning the wheel here to determine the hot dog race competitors for the late models. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit.
That'll be this Saturday.
That is this Saturday. Mother Nature is going to allow that to happen, right, Ron?
We'll talk about that in a little while, Scott.
Elevate your racing performance with Dominator Race Products, the premier choice for high-quality, durable race car components. From innovative nose pieces and balances to robust fenders and spoilers, their products are engineered to enhance your vehicle's aerodynamics and durability on the track. Trusted by racers nationwide, Dominator Race Products delivers the reliability and performance you need to dominate the competition. Check out the Asphalt Super Late Model nose kits they have. They're pretty big in the dirt world, but they do asphalt stuff as well. Those super late model nose kits for the asphalt late models produce outstanding front end downforce, thus allowing for better cornering without the familiar pushing issues. Visit Dominator Race Products today. DominatorRaceProducts.com today to explore their extensive range of products and take your racing to the next level. Got a little bit of racing news to do, so how about we do that?
Sure.
Okay. We got some video too, because those are always fun.
Oh yeah.
Latest racing news.
There, we haven't used that camera in a while. On Friday night, last week, almost a week ago, Farmer City Raceway hosted the Mars Late Model Championship with a $5,000 payout to the winner. Bob Gardner picked up a quick time in the super late model qualifying. He started in the pole position in the night's first heat race. On the green flag, Darren Klein drove it in deep to the bottom in turn 3. He tossed a huge slider. Klein just cleared him. Gardner got into the back of Klein and spun across the track and down into the infield. He then came back on the track going backward toward the oncoming traffic, which brought out the yellow. Then he cut across the infield, re-entered the track on the backstretch, pulled up next to Klein, drove into the side of him under the yellow flag, and then flipped him upside down. You want to see what happened?
Scott, I saw it, and
You want to watch it again?
I absolutely do.
All right, here we go. Check this.
Going to get a third. Tony Jackson Jr. fourth. Up on a slide job to start the night. Oh, baby. Oh, big wreck coming. Klein, Gardner, well, Dylan Thornton is to the infield. Gardner going to pull on the front straightaway backwards.
They're still green at this point, like right now.
And the
Yellow,
caution is
yellow,
out.
yellow.
Man,
As he's
not
driving
sure
around
what's,
backwards on the
Bob Gardner
track.
thinking they're backwards on the front straightaway. And
he's
you
gonna
see
cut through the
remnants of
infield.
The 38T of Dylan Thornton. So again, Bob Gardner
He's going to say, hey, thanks for that.
not happy with the 10.
And then he's going to become a spatula.
Darren Klein.
That has to be the slowest speed rollover in the history of motorsports.
It was like a spatula. Floop. Now, I want to get your opinion on that slide job. Was that, you want to see that again, just with the beginning part?
Sure.
The slide job? Just watch the slide job on it.
Thornton going to get a third. Tony Jackson Jr. fourth. Up on a slide job to start the night. Oh, baby. Oh, big wreck coming.
Now, what's your opinion on that?
Not a good slider, Scott.
That was not a, he did not have him. He didn't actually come all the way up, though, did he? I don't know.
Enough that Gardner's front end was under the left rear.
Gardner could have checked up, too, on the first lap.
If it's a good slider, the driver behind
Shouldn't
does
have
not
to.
have to check up.
Okay. All right.
He should have the option of dropping down low.
So you're saying Gardner had a
He
had a right to be upset, not necessarily what he
what
his
he
actions,
did was wrong, and the penalties that followed what he did,
I got here.
yeah,
But
are pretty severe.
yes,
But again, that was the slowest speed rollover in the history of motorsports.
It was. I'm sure that Klein's not laughing about it, though.
I don't think it did much damage.
I still wouldn't like to be
And I'll
upside
bet he
down.
doesn't do it again.
No. As a result of the severity of the on-track incident, the following penalties have been imposed on Bob Gardner. Indefinite suspension for a minimum of 6 months from all Mars Late Model Championship powered by FK Rodden's events before possibly reinstating. So it's not really indefinite. It's just at least a 6-month suspension.
Now, is that 6 months of racing or 6 calendar months?
It just says 6 months. So
I know that.
I'm assuming it's 6 calendar months. That's how I would read that, but I don't know.
Right.
Minimum 6 months from all World of Outlaw late model events, and same with a minimum of 6 months from all Dirt Car / World Racing Group sanctioned events. So basically, he's suspended for 6 months.
He could probably go racing in
For the rest of the year, I would
IMCA.
guess. Probably. NASCAR officials announced on Friday afternoon that the event through the streets around Grand Park in Chicago will not return to the schedule next season. The Chicago streets have hosted the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series in the past 3 seasons on the 2.2-mile track. While the race will not return in 2026, NASCAR officials said they are working with the city to possibly return the event in the future. I've also heard things about Chicagoland Speedway coming back.
Oh.
Just rumors. I mean,
Now
nothing
that
official.
Chicago street race, I believe, has been replaced by, and I'm not going to steal your thunder.
In celebration of the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy, NASCAR will once again make history by hosting a brand new street race at Naval Base Coronado in San Diego as a highlight of the 2026 schedule. NASCAR San Diego will be a 3-day full-throttle race weekend headlined by the stars of the NASCAR Cup Series along with the Xfinity Series and the Craftsman Truck Series. That'll be June 19th through the 21st.
And it will be the longest road course that NASCAR has run. I think it's 3.
I'll take your word. I don't have any
3
information on that.
I forget the exact, but it's like 3.6 something miles, which makes it the.
How long is was Circuit of the Americas? Because I thought they shortened that too this past year.
They did. It's shorter than that.
Longer.
Yeah.
San Diego's longer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The KCP Racing number 18 sprint car has a new driver for the remainder of the 2025 season after Gio Scelzi parted ways with the team at Eldora last week, which we told you about. Emerson Axum will be taking over the driving duties for the remaining races on the team's schedule with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. Axum's first race night in the car was last night at Baps Motor Speedway. Cole Duncan drove the car at the Kubota High Limit race at Lernerville Speedway on Tuesday, finished 11th. So, and more sprint car news here, those based on some of those injuries. Casey Kane Racing number 49, driven by Brad Sweet.
Right.
And Ridge & Sons Racing number 87, Aaron Reitzel, will utilize medical provisionals set forth by the Kubota High Limit Racing Rulebook. The rulebook reads as follows, and I didn't totally understand this. It kind of made sense, but this is what the rulebook says. Medical provisionals will be granted to a driver who has an accident with injuries needing some extra days to heal. These provisionals will be granted in a 10-day period, and that driver and or car will receive points for their average finishing position plus 5 spots. The driver must have gone to a reputable doctor in the 10-day period approved by high limit officials. If the owner wants to race with a different driver during this time, they can, but will not receive the guaranteed points. The owner will receive points for their finishing position on that night. After 10 days, the driver may be granted one extension if needed and approved by high limit officials. The first 2 weeks will not be eligible for medical provisionals in 2025. After those weekends, an average finishing position can be calculated. The 2 weekends will apply to new teams in the following years. Returning cars will receive their average finish from the year prior if needed in the first 2 weekends.
Yeah, okay.
By rule, the medical provisional will grant the two teams. Basically, this is the summary of it. This is what
Right.
all that means is that
You can have 20 days of sick leave.
The two teams, Casey Kane Racing, the number 49 will receive 51 points due to a rounded 6.3 average finish plus 5 positions. Ridge and Sons Racing, number 87, will receive 49 points due to a rounded 6.8 average finish plus 5 positions. There will be a test later on this.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. And that's it. That we're done with the racing news on that one. But yeah, a lot of carnage in
It was bad.
at Eldora last week. Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't just Eldora. It was
Oh, and the Doty.
right. And the race at Fremont had that spectacular ending.
Yeah, but at least he wasn't injured from that I know of. He just kept on racing. So, race fans, the 50th season of racing at Oakshade Raceway is in full gear, packed with action every Saturday night, except for when it rains. Featuring dirt car, UMP, late models, DCR, graphic sportsman, Dominator, super stocks, and compacts, running full shows through the month of August, including this weekend, which is also the first Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race, sponsored by Hammerdown Racing Report and Black March Defense Labs. We'll be drawing for the competitors in that here in just a moment. So make sure to get out there. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:15. And they keep going through the month of September. We got the Showdown Series that last Saturday in September. So.
It's going to be fun.
How about we do that drawing right now? We have 3 drivers that have thrown their hat in the ring, want to compete in the hot dog race, chance to win the $150 cash. Again, the hot dog race, if you're not familiar with it, we'll take 2 drivers, put them on the front stretch right there in front of the flag stand, drop the green flag. They'll race around the track for 1 lap, stop back at the start-finish line, flag stand area.
And all of their safety equipment needs to be in place during the
when they
racing
start.
laps.
When they start, yeah, they should be ready to go like a regular race. Once they finish that lap, stop, they get out. They can, at that point, they can leave on, take off as much safety equipment as they want. Might be a little hard to eat the hot dog and drink a drink with because there's no straw, no straws. It's going to be in a cup to down the hot dog, down the pop. And you can't just pour it. There will be judges there. If you end up just spilling the pop down your front, we're going to have a can there to fill it back up. So you have to down the pop and the hot dog, get back in your car, and there will be officials for each driver there to make sure they have all their safety equipment back on that they started with. And again, it's what the rules.
And the seat belts need to be fastened.
Seat belts fastened, helmet tightened up there, and then once they get the thumbs up, they can go ahead and resume, do one more lap, and whoever is the first to finish that second lap is the winner. And then again, we're going to be timing these for each of the 4 classes.
And the same format is going to be
format for all of them.
In place for all 4 classes.
So a lot of time could be made up with the hot dog part there. I'm just saying. So, and the winner will receive that championship belt courtesy of Charlie K's Barbecue and Big D's Barbecue. And it's pretty cool. Hopefully you saw a picture of that. If you didn't, we'll post a picture of that.
So
wait! I got a text here 37 minutes ago I didn't look at. J&G Pizza in Clyde, Ohio is donating 1 extra large 2-item pizza for every class in the hot dog race.
Ooh.
Oh, and after that it says, you can announce it tonight if you want to.
We just did.
Glad that part was in there. So there you go, J&G. Thank you for that.
J&G, where is it?
It's in Clyde, Ohio.
Okay.
That's 808 North Main Street in Clyde, Ohio, 419-547-1444. We'll update the information there. So this weekend, we've upped the ante already, $150 and a extra large 2-item pizza. And then that's going to go for the Sportsman, the Super Stocks, and the Compacts.
So how about this? It seems as though some of the Sportsman cars have been a little sluggish in signing up. Fremont is off, and their trucks meet the Sportsman rules.
If they want to come out run with the Sportsman, I mean that's they can sign up.
Really?
if you're legal to run with the Sportsman at Oakshade, that's the only criteria I have to be a competitor
and
in the Sportsman class. So there you go. If you want to open it up that way, we can do that.
That could be fun.
HammerdownRacingReport.com. Fill out the form there. We'll be drawing for the competitors next week for the DCR Graphics Sportsman class, which will be on August 2nd, the second race. And if we do have any weather issues, we'll reschedule.
We can be flexible.
Yeah, we'll reschedule whatever. If anything gets rained out, we'll definitely reschedule things. So
I just saw you looking out the weather window.
It's looking a little dark out there, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's do our drawing here again. Late model class. That's they're going to be doing the first event, the Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race number 1 of 4. And that's this weekend, so let's draw for our competitors and see who is going to be racing for the $150 and the extra large pizza.
Right.
So thanks. And again, if you want to pitch in more before Saturday, just let myself or Ron know, and we'll add you to the list. I want to do this. So here we go.
They could probably let the good folks at Oakshade know, too.
Probably.
Somebody wanted to add in.
Yeah, okay, so there we go. There's our 3 drivers that have thrown their hat in the ring. I did talk to Steve before. He was the one we talked about who did was it the outhouse race?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, we're doing a hot dog race. He's like, what's that? So I'm like, go to HammerdownRacingReport.com. The information's all there. So he signed up. Herb Reich signed up, and Dusty Moore signed up. So we're going to spin this twice to determine the first.
The first spin will be for the number 1 seed.
Correct.
Who gets the choice of inside or outside to start the race.
There you go. So here we go. I have to write this down. It looks like Steve Kester is going to be seed number 1. So he will get lane choice.
Right.
And now let's remove his name. Let's determine who is going to be his competitor. Will it be Herb Reich or Dusty
good
Moore?
Spin, Scott.
Thank you. I put my full arm into that one. It's going to be Dusty Moore. There you go.
Now, and that doesn't mean that Herb Reich is completely eliminated, because
he will be the alternate for this. So if Dusty or Steve are unable to make it out, most likely this will happen just before intermission. So if he's unable to make it out for that, or one of the 2 drivers, Dusty or Steve, are unable to make it out, then Herb will be the replacement there.
He'll be in the big show.
In the big show, yes. Again, thanks to those guys for signing up for that. And we're going to need some DCR Graphics Sportsman drivers for next week to determine who the competitors are going to be. Again, $200 worth of, more than that now. You got the $100 gift certificate for Romular race cars. This is for the Sportsman thing. And then $100 cash, courtesy of Black March Defense Labs, and then the J&G extra large pizza. And of course, the overall fastest time gets that belt, courtesy of Big D's Barbecue and Charlie K's. I wanted to pull up that picture again. We shared that last time. What that belt looks like. It's pretty cool here. I'll have to post it on our Facebook. We'll do this. There it is. The Chris Mize Memorial Champion, Hot Dog Race Champion. That'll be a belt. It's got the Oakshade logo down there and sponsor logos over there. And so that belt will go to the overall quickest time for out of all 4 of those hot dog races. And then that's going to be probably a yearly thing.
Absolutely.
Next year you got to return the belt or defend your title. We'll figure out what we do in the future with that. So there you go. Steve Kester, Dusty Moore, your first 2 Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race winners. I spoke to Chris Mize's widow. She may be the one presenting that belt to the champion at that final one.
That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah. She seems pretty excited about this, so very cool. We do have a Hammer Down hotline, sort of, for you tonight.
Oh, boy.
It's pictures. So it's not really, it's different than normal. Where's my Hammer Down hotline? There it is. If you want to call, text, or send us pictures on the Hammer Down hotline, 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night. Bob Stazak, actually, our correspondent here, sent us some pictures from the Lorain, Ohio Kartplex from their open house they had on Saturday. That was that place, McCrow Motorsports, that we're putting together. Originally, the plans were to have a 3/8 dirt oval there, maybe World of Outlaws at some point in the future. Sounds like that part of the plans have kind of changed. It's just mostly focusing on go-karts. It was an old landfill, I think.
Right.
So
and they got special funding because of that.
yeah. So the facility looks nice. It's supposed to have like a whole bunch of amenities, a restaurant, bar, I think, storage for carts. Here's some pictures that Bob sent us on the Hammer Down hotline there. You see some of the carts. I think they have carts you can rent, and then they're going to have carts or bring your own carts. What else we got? We got some of them. I'm guessing that's like a paddock, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. The pictures didn't come with any descriptions, but I'm guessing this is a scoring tower of somewhat. That last picture before that was probably the back. That's probably the front. There it is again. You can kind of see some of the track there. So
straight away.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we got. That's Bob Stazak sent us those. So the McCrone deal's coming together there. And
do you remember what the distance was on the oval track?
It was a pretty
on the road race.
It was a pretty big track, though. There's several different tracks that they're going to have there. Right. It'll be a whole kartplex, as they're calling it, facility. We'll have to get Chris back on. He said he talked to Chris, the owner, developer of all that. He said he'd love to come back on the show. So, speaking of for future guests on the show, I know last week we talked about Matt Tift from Mansfield coming on this week. Couldn't get that finalized in time. I did talk to him yesterday, so he's going to be on 2 weeks from tonight. I think it's the 7th. We have that taken care of. Next week he's going to be on vacation, so he wasn't available. So we will get him on 2 weeks from tonight.
How can a track owner go on vacation midsummer?
I don't know. He's been so busy too. I don't even know if he's been racing. He's been so busy. But that is your Hammer Down hotline for tonight. Let's do how many and give away a whole bunch of stuff. We got things to give away here. I think that's this one.
How many?
So last week's how many was actually the number on the winning car of the King's Royal.
Right.
That number was 39. You had 57. I had 83. And Brian Smith, who is in here, had 2. So, yes, you were closest.
I win.
Congratulations on that. Our listener winner picked 49 and was closest. That was Hovis Racing. So, congratulations to Hovis Racing. You got yourself DCR Graphics Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. And now you have 30 days until Hovis Racing can win again. Yes. So help us enforce that by self-policing.
But there's about a dozen Hovis.
I know. Well, just the Hovis Racing one.
Right.
So that one is on the 30-day clock now. So congratulations. I guess I probably should write that down. Hovis Racing. And this is the 24th. So there you go. I'll bring that out to the track too. This week's how many, and a chance to win a Hammer Down Racing Report sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics, along with a pair of passes to Oakshade Raceway.
Ooh.
So this one's a little more complicated.
Math?
There is a lot of math.
Oh, baby.
A lot of big numbers in this one. All right, so, and 2 different events we're talking about. This week's how many? I think I typed this out, too, so here, we'll put this on the screen for our viewers there. So 2 classes at Limaland tomorrow. How many Thunderstocks plus how many modifieds at Limaland? Plus, so you got that? How many Thunderstocks, how many modifieds, plus how many seconds will the hot dog race winner take? So if it takes 2 minutes, 120 seconds.
Ooh, okay.
It'll probably take a little longer than that. So it's probably going to be some big numbers this week.
Right.
Yeah, you got to think, don't you? So if you want a chance to win the pair of passes to Oakshade Raceway and the Hammer Down Race Report sticker, go ahead and put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. You have until, we'll say, 5 o'clock. I think that's when gates open at Limaland tomorrow. 5 o'clock Eastern, Friday. So, is there a time limit that they have to keep it in their stomach? I'm catching up on some of the comments about the hot dog race here.
Yeah.
No time limit. It can, as long as it went down, I don't care what happens after that, because they're going to be in a hurry to get their helmet back on, and they don't want it to come back up.
Yeah, once they get their helmet on, maybe we ought to give bonus points.
Jesse Jones says 576. He might not be off. That might be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So again, the question is, there's 3 elements to it: how many Thunderstocks, how many modifieds, and how many seconds will the hot dog race winner, the late model hot dog race winner on Saturday be? And weather could be a factor, which may eliminate one of those 3 factors, or 2 of those.
All of the factors.
Or all of them, yes. So if it doesn't happen on Saturday, if it does get postponed, the hot dog race, then 0 would be that number plus the Thunderstocks and modifieds. So just for an example, if your guess is, say I'm going to guess 20 Thunderstocks, 20 modifieds, and 3 minutes.
I'm going to make it
that'd
easy.
be 180 plus 40. So that'd be like 108. No, I can't even do that math. I'll have to figure it out later. What's your number, Ron?
42, Scott.
42. Okay. I'm assuming you're one of those 3 elements is not happening according to your guess.
None of those elements.
I'm going to go with.
I put you in a box, didn't I?
Either I be optimistic and go 1 up, or I be pessimistic and go 1 down.
1 down, yeah.
If I go 1 down, I'm thinking everything rains out this weekend.
That's it.
43.
Okay.
43. I'm being optimistic. So there you go. Take some time to think about it. Chris Schoenhauer put in 438. We got a 238 there. So this one's probably going to be a wide spread. It's whoever's closest. It's not whoever. It doesn't matter if you go over or you're under. It's just whoever's closest. And if we have, an even spread of over and under and a tie, we'll spin the wheel to break that tie. So there you go. And that's good for the Oakshade Raceway passes and the sticker.
And that 238 number is probably pretty accurate.
It could be. I really have no idea.
Actually, I was thinking more around 260, but 42 is the magic number.
Are you talking 260 just for the hot dog race number, or does that include the Thunderstocks and modifieds?
4 minutes.
Okay.
Be 240.
Is it? 60 seconds in a minute.
60 times 4.
I'm thinking 3 minutes. It's only going to take, 20, 25 seconds to do a lap. So you got 2. So maybe that's a minute, and that may be a minute. I'm not going to help. I'm sorry. Getting too far into the weeds there. So there you go. You have until 5 o'clock to get your guess in for the passes and the stickers there. And again, Steve Kester and Dusty Moore, our competitors. Congratulations to them being in our first Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race coming up on Saturday. Let's check out our DCR Graphics race menu for this weekend to find out what's going on. Don't forget hashtag Heinz. We'll pop that up real quick here because we're going to do that drawing for the SpeedySponsors.com sticker. Hashtag Heinz. If you haven't put that in the comments, do so now because we'll be drawing for that here very, very shortly. And now let's do that race menu.
This weekend's racing menu.
So tonight, Sandusky Speedway continuing action there. Hopefully the rain holds off for them. I think they should be good for the most part.
Right.
It's supposed to come a little later. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder on the forecast there. The 48th High Milers Super Modified Nationals Fan Appreciation Night is tonight. $1 admission, $1 hot dogs, beer, Pepsi products, all that stuff. They got the Midwest Truck Tour, Grand Nationals, Factory Stocks and Warriors, and North Coast Vintage Cars going on there. That started almost an hour ago. General admission $1 there. Tomorrow night, Friday, Limaland Motorsports Park, the 28th Annual Championship Night, featuring UMP Modifieds, Thunderstocks, and Dirt Track Truck Series. Gates open at 5 p.m. That's also your cutoff for the how many. Racing at 7:30, general admission $15 there at Limaland. Sandusky Speedway, High Miler weekend continuing. It's the High Miler Super Modified Nationals Fast 40, featuring the ISMA/MSS Super Modifieds, regular modifieds, and pro compacts. Gates open at 4 at Sandusky on Friday. Racing at 7:30. General admission is going to be $28 for that. And then Attica Raceway Park also racing on Friday. It's Ohio Truck Sales, the Adkins Group Night, featuring AFCS 410 Sprints, UMP Late Models, and AFCS 305 Sprints. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:45. General admission $22. Saturday night, Lorraine Raceway Park. I think I had that from last week. Double check Lorraine Raceway Park. I can't remember if I left that on from last week or not. But CRS trucks ride in a race car night. Modifieds, Grand Nationals, Factory Stocks, Ohio Pro Compact, CRS trucks. Gates open at 2:30, racing at 6. General admission $18. Flat Rock, the rescheduled Moran Chevrolet Stan Yee 150 with the Outlaw Super Late Model Street Stocks National Compact Touring Series. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission is $26 there. Fremont Speedway, S&S Hauling and Excavating Fan Favorite Night, featuring AFCS 410 Sprints, AFCS 305 Sprints, and the Dirt Trucks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $20. Saturday night at Fremont. Are you running Saturday? Your truck?
I think so.
Awesome. Sandusky Speedway, again, the final night of the 48th High Miler Super Modified Nationals. It's a feature night. ISMA MSS Super Modifieds and Outlaw 350 Super Modifieds. Gates open at 2, racing at 7 o'clock. General admission is $32 there on Saturday at Sandusky. So big weekend for Sandusky Speedway after that big announcement the week before about being for sale, and no guarantees we're going to get racing next year.
That's sad.
So get out and enjoy it while you can.
Dave Kemmer says Lorraine is off this
Lorraine
weekend.
I wasn't sure if I had left that from last week's prep. Thanks, Dave. So never mind the Lorraine Raceway Park. That makes sense that they're off with Sandusky's big High Miler weekend. Oakshade Raceway, the Chris Mize Memorial Race Chris Mize Memorial Race. Son of a bitch. Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Race. Number 1. It's written down right in front of me, and I can't even read it. Plus a full show of dirt car late models, DCR graphic sportsman, Dominator, Super Stocks, and Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:15. General admission is $15 there. Wayne County Speedway, it's the Rick Fusang Memorial and Christmas in July, featuring fast on dirt 410 sprints, late models, UMP modified street stocks, mini sprints. Gates open at 3. And racing at 7:15, general admission $20. And Butler Speedway Legends of the Past, featuring vintage cars, 410 sprints, UMP modified, street stocks, and 4 cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30, general admission $15 at Butler. And your weekend weather pit stop, how are we looking?
Scott, it's going to rain both Friday and Saturday. But the rainstorms, the timing is going to be critical, and there's a possibility of some strong storms, and the strong storms could bring pretty significant amounts of rain.
But is it everybody's getting it, or is it going to be scattered? So there's a chance.
I think the tracks north of here and we're in the Toledo area with our studio. The tracks north of here could look much better than the tracks south of here.
So Michigan probably is going to be...
Yeah, the rain amounts should be about 1/10 of an inch, which isn't horrible. But if there's strong thunderstorms, it could be a whole lot more significant, up to 3/4 of an inch. So it's a crapshoot, buddy.
Keep an eye on whatever track you plan to attend this weekend.
And it
social
could
media.
change quickly.
It could, so it could end up like us with Oakshade last week. It didn't start raining until after we had
Right.
gotten to the track. Just about hot lap time is when that happened. If it rains out, when will you run the late model portion of the hot dog race? Probably try it the following week. I'd have to talk to the drivers that we have, Steve and Dusty, make sure they're going to be there, and the track, and make sure we could do it. So there'd be a little coordination. We'll reschedule it. I'm just not sure when. I tried to do it as soon as possible, Dean, to answer your question there, if there are rainouts. Yeah. So they will be rescheduled. We got plenty of season left before the end of the season. And you need to come up with a better weekend weather pit stop.
I'm telling you,
there.
this is getting old. Rain every weekend.
Yes, and ridiculous heat. That's getting crazy. Got some other series here on the DCR Graphics race menu. Before we do that, son of a gun. As I mentioned, if you haven't done so, put that hashtag in. And
hashtag Heinz.
Yeah, we're
Hinds. And I'm pretty sure that producer Dave is not going to be real fussy on spelling.
No, I'm going to be real fussy on our service provider here.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. World of Outlaws, Real American Beer Late Model Series. Speaking of which, it's been a heck of a week with deaths. Ozzy Osbourne. I know it has nothing to do with racing, but then Hulk Hogan today, the Real American Beer guy.
Yeah. And
Malcolm Jamal Warner. It's like the trifecta. It's
right.
the death triangle from the 80s. Although Ozzy spans many decades than just the 80s. But
scary stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, World of Outlaws, Real American Beer Late Model Series. Prairie Dirt Classic at Fairbury Speedway. That happens Friday and Saturday, July 25th and 26th. Then they're off to Wilmot Raceway for the Wilmot Late Model Showdown. That happens Monday, July 28th. Then it's the USA Nationals at Cedar Lake Speedway in Wisconsin. That'll be next Thursday through Saturday. World of Outlaws, Not So New to Drink Sprint Car Series action. The C&G Rigging Summer Nationals at Williams Grove. That happens Friday and Saturday. Then it's the Empire State Challenge at Weedsport Speedway in New York on Sunday, the 27th. ARCA Menard Series, the Circle City 200 at Indianapolis Raceway Park. That's tomorrow, Friday night. That'll be at 5:30 on FS1. And then we got the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, same night. T-Sports 200 at Indianapolis Raceway Park. That'll start at 8 p.m. Friday night. So a couple races, and that'll also be on FS1. So a double header there on FS1 with the ARCA Series and the trucks. Indy Next Series, the Grand Prix of Monterey, race number 1 at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. That's going to be Saturday at 4:30. Then and that's on FS2. Then you got race number 2 at Laguna Seca. That'll be Sunday at 1 o'clock on FS1. That's for the Indy Next Series. NASCAR Xfinity Series action, Pennzoil 250 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That'll be Saturday at 4:30 on the CW. Cup Series Brickyard 400 at IMS. That'll be Sunday starting at 2 o'clock on TNT. And IndyCar Series action, the Java House Grand Prix of Monterey at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca on Sunday starting at 3 p.m. And that'll be on Fox.
Where could we watch the Cup race?
Cup race will be on TNT.
Oh, TNT. Okay.
TNT, yes. I'm not sure how many more races are on TNT before it switches over to NBC, I think, is the final network in that whole NASCAR
smorgasbord.
There you go. Dave, whenever you're ready to do the drawing for our Speedy sponsor winner, go ahead and knock your socks off with that. Again, everybody that put in hashtag Hines is in the drawing for that. Get that off of there. I can't tell if Dave's there. He is doing stuff.
Yeah. A lot of people.
A lot of people. Oh, he spun it before he shared it. Don Henry. Congratulations, Don Henry. You have a Speedy Sponsors sticker, courtesy of Speedy Sponsors. Check out their website, speedysponsors.com, and support sponsors that support racing, just like you guys. 724. We'll see if Don comes in and picks that up from Ron Miller Race Cars. 30 days to pick it up, and 30 days until you can win again, Don. But congratulations. And no Bleacher Creature feature for this week. I did talk to Perry. He said he's going to do them on a regular basis for that, but he's working on one. I don't want to give anything away for it, so he did tell me he's working on one. I think it had something to do with a pickle.
Oh, boy.
That's all we'll give away on that.
Don Henry, if you're going to be at Fremont on Saturday, and if Fremont happens, get in touch with me, and we can probably look up there.
Rock on. Again, like I said, we had some late sponsors come on for the hot dog races, the Chris Mize Memorial hot dog races. We'll take them right up until race time. So if you want to put in any money, any gift certificates or whatever for any of them, again, all the information and dates for those 4 races are at hammerdownracingreport.com. Still, if looking for drivers, if you know a sportsman driver, super stock driver, or compact driver at Oakshade, hit them up. Tell them to get signed up for a chance to win for a good cause. Well, not really a good cause, but a good guy. Chris Mize, that's the reason we're doing it. He's a good buddy of ours, passed away last year. Former promoter at Sandusky Speedway. Did a lot with the hangover race and a lot with the dirt stuff on asphalt, which he was a big supporter of. Big supporter of doing some weird stuff, including wrestling midgets.
Yeah.
I thought about a midget wrestling memorial thing, but I decided no. No, we'll just stick with the hot dog things.
I could see Scott Hammer.
Nope. Good, but you're not going to. So, thanks to producer Dave and contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and of course HammerdownRacingReport.com for information about the show or the Chris Mize Memorial hot dog races. And if you have a chance, make sure to rate and review us. Share us with your friends. That helps us on any of the podcasting platforms.
Right.
So,
it helps our wallet and our ego.
I don't know if it helps our wallet, but helps our reach, I guess.
It does. Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dipman Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, and Freeze Frame Photos. Make sure to support them as well as they support us. And thanks to our guest this week, Todd Sherman. See if he can hang on to that 24-point lead in the Thunderstocks and get that championship over Tony Anderson.
And Dean Henry says that pizza shop in Clyde is
the old pizza? Okay.
Is the old Big D's Pizza.
Gotcha. I didn't realize. I thought the address sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure. So
I thought the phone number sounded familiar. So yeah, okay.
That was familiar. We'll be back next week. I don't know who next week's guest is, but again, Matt Tift will join us on August 7th show. 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from tonight to talk everything going on at Mansfield and what will be going on at that newly acquired Mansfield Speedway he's got going on. He's been busy, really busy. He was in contractor hell, he said earlier this week.
Oh,
so,
I'll bet.
So he could probably use a vacation next week.
Well, I've seen some pictures.
They're making a lot of progress.
Amazing progress.
I know. I was talking to Charlie Crawl shortly after the announcement was made that he took it over, and he's like, "Man, I don't think he doesn't know how much he's biting off there. That's a big project." And I had no idea. I didn't think he'd be as far as he is, but he's made a lot of progress, a lot of help there. So we will see you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's a wrap on show number 388 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify or your favorite podcasting platform.